What is up, y'all? It is your boy Steph, back with another reaction. This is the second video for my Halloween horror trilogy, little 3-video special for the holiday today. Again, happy Halloween, y'all. I know it's not technically a Halloween video, but as I said, it's just gonna be another really scary, hopefully, video. It's another deep web countdown from Mr. Haunted. It is 4 true, disturbing, deep web horror stories featuring nightmarish tales. So not only is it a video about true horror stories from the deep web, it is by Mr. Haunted, and it is featuring a narrator called Nightmarish Tales. So everything altogether is real Halloweenish. It's scary Halloweenish. That sounded weird, but it sounds good. It sounds entertaining. It sounds like it's gonna be scary. That first one that I watched, the 6 true disturbing, true deep web horror stories, that was good. But let's see what they got. Let's see what I've gotten a chance to get used to Mr. Haunted's voice. So let's see what Nightmarish Tales is gonna sound like. So hey, without further ado, let's get into it. And I finally found out what that red and black text says. It says to make you scared every time. I couldn't figure that out. I couldn't decipher what it said the first time I watched one of Mr. Haunted's videos. 4 true deep web stories. Let's get to it. Got some candy.
I made the mistake of going on the deep web.
Yep.
I was in high school at the time, and I definitely wasn't popular. I had maybe one friend at the time.
It'd be like that.
His name was Josh, and I would most likely hang out with him. He was the type of person who loved video games and was good with computers. He was the one who told me about the deep web. I have heard about the deep web before,
You need to
but
cut him
I
off.
never knew what it actually was or what went on there.
He was bullshitting.
And to be honest, I really didn't care. Until one day, Josh mentioned something about the deep web that seemed to interest me. He said that you could get things off the deep web for free. Drugs, food, cell phones, fake money, and even cars.
Food?
I've actually been wanting a car for a few years, so I asked him how to actually get on the dark web and how to buy things for free. He told me to download the Tor browser, which is a hidden browser that lets you have access to the deep web.
Don't do it.
And to get things for free, you would have to trust certain websites that offer these free things.
Definitely don't do it.
And to get it, all you basically had to do to get it shipped is to enter your address. I mean, that's common sense. Anyway, I get home and fire up my laptop and start my research before downloading Tor. I did some research about the deep web, and some of the content that you could come across shocked me. Drugs, hitmen, illegal pornography, and even torture.
Twizzler twists.
I thought that maybe the deep web did have stuff like that, but it was very rare to come across it. I was dead wrong. Anyway, I downloaded Tor, and within a few steps of setting up a VPN, I was surfing the deep web. It took me to the hidden wiki. The categories were adult, drugs, hitman services, and even computer hacking. Not the kind of dark that I was expecting. I clicked adult content, and it just led me to a bunch of porn and drugs. I clicked through link after link, and eventually I saw a link that caught my eye. It was called the Top Secret Pages. I thought that this site seemed interesting, so I clicked on it. It was basically a site that supposedly contained things that were top secret that the government didn't want the public to know about. There were pictures of advanced technology, pictures of advanced military weapons, and stuff like that. I clicked on one of the other categories, and I really wish I hadn't.
I bet.
There were at least hundreds, if not thousands, of photos and videos of people being tortured. These were the kinds of videos that would see how long the victim would last through the pain until death. I saw one photo of a man with at least 10 knives stabbed into his back. There were also videos of people tied to a chair and were not provided with any food or water for days. I had enough of this and was about to click out of the site when a small chat box appeared.
Did you like what you saw?
It said in text, Don't click out. I want to ask you something.
See?
I typed back, "Who is this?" The user replied, saying that he was one of the people who ran the site. I told him that he would be reported immediately.
Oh my God.
Telling him that was probably the most stupid decision I've ever
Now
made.
he got your information.
Because he typed something back that made me want to puke. He said, "Well, listen up, Nathan. If you report us, then I promise that you will end up like one of those people you saw."
See?
He actually said my name.
See?
And I have no idea how he got it.
Yep.
I clicked out then and there and deleted the Tor browser and
Oh, it's not
never
over.
went back to the deep web.
It's not over.
You might have thought it ended there.
Hell
but
no.
It didn't.
I know better.
About a week after the incident, I was with my girlfriend out for dinner when all of a sudden I got a text on my phone from an unknown number.
You finna get got.
It read, "If you ever come back, you will suffer." My
Damn.
blood ran cold, and then I blocked the number. Please, please take my advice and learn from my mistakes, and don't ever go on the deep web for any reason at all.
You was finna get got. Gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
When I was 15 years old,
Oh my
I was
God.
watching a YouTube video about deep web stories. I was informed of what could happen to people who go on the deep web. At that point, I honestly didn't really care, and I decided to try out the deep web myself.
This
I already
picture-
knew how to
this
set up
picture
Tor
is
and
killing me.
everything,
Oh.
so that wasn't a problem.
Don't move it. Don't do
So
it.
I'm
Don't do
finally
that.
surfing the deep web. There were drug sites, fetish sites, and even sites where you can apparently hire a hitman to kill anyone you'd like. I'm sure sites like that were just scams to take your money.
No.
But these things do happen on the deep web.
No.
So if they were legit, I wouldn't be so surprised.
It ain't no game.
Anyway, I found a site that seemed to interest me. It was called Human Experiments. I was into science experiments and stuff like that, so I
Oh.
thought that this site would have
It's
to do
quite
with that
the
type of
opposite of
stuff,
that.
but I was dead wrong.
Experiment.
I was shocked when I read the
experiment to
description of the
extreme.
site. It basically said that this is to prove that not all humans are born equal. It said that new victims were placed in Warehouse 3. I clicked the experiment photos in Warehouse 3, and I wanted to throw up. What I saw in those pictures was beyond horrifying. It was all pictures of people being tortured brutally.
Yep.
There were water restrictions, live starvations, and lots of other painful tortures. These were people being abducted and put onto this sickening site to be conducted on. There were people literally being ripped apart. There was so much gore on those photos that I clicked the X and never went back on the deep web again.
You can't get away. That was it. Damn. I thought some shit was gonna pop off.
This is nothing but the real truth about what happened to me on the deep web. Let me explain why you should never explore the deep web.
I already know why.
It was the summer of 2015, and I wasn't doing much over the summer. My mom and dad were out at a wedding, and I was home alone. I was watching a YouTube video about something called the deep web. It was basically a restricted part of the internet that very few people have ever seen. That seemed to have sparked an interest in me.
Of course.
I did some research on how to get on the deep web.
You got curious.
Most people recommended the Tor browser, and so I stupidly took their advice.
Very stupidly.
A bit of setup, and within 5 minutes, I was on the deep web. At first, it wasn't anything too dark. I mean, there was some adult porn and some drugs, but that was basically it. Nothing dark like murder or anything.
Yet.
I kept searching through the pages and links, and to be honest, I really didn't know what I was doing. I found a link titled tmc.onion and a bunch of other letters and numbers with it.
.onion.
I clicked on the link, and it led me to a disturbing website. In big blood fonts at the top of the page were the words, "The Murder Chamber." Alarms started going off in my head, but I didn't really think of what I was about to see. In the center of the page was a black video box, and next to it was a timer that said 5 minutes till showtime. I was very curious as to what this might be. A few minutes later, a play button showed on the video box.
Here we go with that
I
curious
clicked
shit
on
again.
it, and the video turned out to be some type of live stream. The video showed something that made me feel worried.
That curious shit.
I couldn't really tell if it was a man or a woman,
Cut
but
it.
there was someone in a chair tied up with duct tape over their mouth.
Cut it off.
Just then, two people in masks came out from behind a door that looked to be in their mid-20s. One man and one woman. They were holding large knives and swinging them around as if they were getting ready for what was about to happen. Just then, a chat box appeared up on my screen. The people in chat were telling the two people in masks to kill the victim slowly. I thought to myself that this couldn't be real and that this was a joke. However, one person typed in the chat to stab the victim in the arm. The two people in masks agreed and stabbed the person in the arm. The victim screamed in pain as blood was squirting out of the arm. I could tell that the victim was a man because of his scream. Another person typed in chat to cut off a hand.
Oh my god.
I watched in horror as the man's hand was cut off. He screamed in pain, trying to get out of the chair, but he unfortunately couldn't do anything. The people in chat room requested more painful tortures to do to him. I don't even want to say what else they did to the man. Let's just say, within 10 minutes, he was on the floor dead, literally ripped and torn apart and blood everywhere. I'm not going into any more detail. However, it unfortunately doesn't end there. After everyone in chat left, I received a text message on my phone from an unknown number. I honestly didn't feel like chatting with anyone at the moment after what I just saw. But me being curious, I looked at the text that read, "Did you like what you saw?
No.
Our next showing is next week. Thank you for visiting the torture chamber." I was petrified and confused as to how they got my number. I didn't bother reporting it to the cops, as people or sites on the deep web are extremely hard to find. I deleted the number, and I will never, ever go back to the deep web again.
You should have never went. Curiosity should not leave you here. There's way too much entertainment, video games, women, whatever in the world for you to be curious for this type of shit. Oh my god.
So this happened about 3 years ago.
I'm getting tired of seeing this
This is by far
picture.
the scariest thing that's ever happened
This
to me.
picture keeps pissing me off.
I was on the deep web and I really didn't know what I was doing.
I see this so much.
I was really just looking through link after link and seeing what was on it.
I hate that picture.
I know it's not a good idea.
I hate the video that
About
that
an
picture
hour
is
after me being
associated
extremely
with.
careless of what I was
That
doing,
video was creepy
I
as
logged
hell.
off of the deep web and
Watched
back
that
to the
about a
clear
month or
web
two
to watch
ago.
some random YouTube videos. During one of the videos I was watching, I went to check to see if I had any new emails. The most recent was from an email I've never seen before.
Don't click it.
I can't remember who it was from, but the email said this. Dear Carlos, thank you for visiting our site on the deep web. Your order has been shipped and is on its way to your address and will be at your doorstep within 5 to 8 days. I was very confused at this point. I never purchased anything off of the deep web, so I assumed that it must have been a mistake.
No.
I emailed them back saying that I had never purchased anything and to cancel the order immediately.
It's too late.
Unfortunately, they never responded. And about 6 days later, I found a package at my front door. There was no return address on it.
Call the police.
I brought the package inside, and I could smell something horrible coming from it.
Don't open it, please.
It smelled like rotting flesh.
It probably is.
I had to put my shirt over my nose while cutting the box open. When I looked inside, I had the urge to puke. In plastic Ziploc bags were meat. Rotting meat. I fell back in horror and I called 911. Pretty soon, there were police along with detectives and the FBI at my doorstep. They took the contents and the package it came in, and I don't know what they did with it. I personally believe that the contents in the package was nothing but human remains. Needless to say, I never went back on the deep web again.
Okay. I don't understand what makes people so curious for this type of shit. Y'all curiosity is killing me. Like I said, there's too much entertainment in this world. Music, funny videos, reaction channels, people who also put in their own personal videos along with those reactions. There's just too much entertainment in the world for you to want to look into this type of shit. Like music, video games, funny videos, sports, fucking, I don't know, fucking read a book. Something. Why are you curious for this type of shit? I don't understand it. You are bullshitting to the fullest. I just don't get what makes people want to look at stuff like this. And then you're curious for it. You look into it. It's a little bit more gruesome than you thought it would be. So you try to leave. They say, did you enjoy what you saw? Or you can't leave. You threaten to call the police. And then something or someone comes to your house. Dude, and you run a risk of ending up in one of those videos getting tortured and dismembered and shit. Nah. Y'all bullshit. Y'all playing around with y'all life. You only get one, so to speak. Why are you gonna, oh damn. Why are you going to risk it fucking around with the deep web? Fucking around with the deep web will get you fucked up. And if your friend tells you about the deep web, you need to cut him off, because he's bullshitting too. Like I said before, at my first Mr. Haunted's 6 true deep web stories, if I have a friend or family member, associate, co-worker, whatever the case is, that tries to tell me about the deep web and to go on it, I'm gonna just cut you off. I don't fuck with you. Cutting all ties with you. Because obviously you're playing and you want me to play too. I'm good on all that. I enjoy the life that I have. I'd rather not be getting tortured. One last thing, like I say again, like I refer back to that 6 true disturbing deep web horror stories by Mr. Haunted that I did a couple of days ago. I'm gonna just put a link to that in the description so y'all could go back and see that, unless y'all just go to my channel. But you're not about to sit here and torture me. Nah, you're not gonna sit here and torture me. You're gonna, if you capture me, or I fall in the trap, God forbid any of this happens, but if that were the case, you just gonna have to make it quick. Just make it quick. Don't torture me, don't stab me, don't stab me in the arm, don't gouge my eyes out, don't stab me and open up my chest, don't put my lungs and ribs and fucking intestines and obliques on the countertop for display or some shit like that. Just make it quick. Just make it quick. Do not torture me. Don't do that to me. Please. For real though. Don't do that. Don't torture me. Just make it quick. But hey, that is all I got for y'all this time around. Like I said, second video for the Halloween horror trilogy that I got going on. I'm going to upload one more. It's about 1:10 right now. So by the time I get done editing this and get it uploaded, I might just wait until I get off work tonight to do the third one. I hope that's alright. I may go to the gym, but then I may not. I may be at home devouring this candy. Because I still got it sitting right over here next to me. But we'll see. That third video will definitely get put out today though. But that's all I got for y'all this time around. If you like my reaction, like the video, comment on the video, share the video. And if you really like to subscribe to my channel, tap the bell icon so you will be notified every time your boy Steph drop new content. I will leave links in the description to Mr. Haunted's channel, a link to Nightmarish Tales' channel, a link to this original video so y'all can see it for yourselves, and a link to my recent 6 true disturbing deep web horror stories, also by Mr. Haunted, that I just made, like I said, about 2 days ago. And that is all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.